Second black box recovered from the China Eastern flight crash. More goods will be listed under price control for Ramadan. And MySejahtera not sold to private company. Those are the headlines for tonight. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is TVS Nightline with me, Muhammad Yusuf. We begin the Nightline with this story. A team of dignitaries from Malaysia, including Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Ahmad Awang Tengah Ali Hassan, had a meeting with the Indonesia Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Jakarta on Saturday. The meeting discussed several ongoing issues, including border limits between Kalimantan and Sarawak, the normalization of business on borders, and the upgrading of roads to promote mobility between the two regions. He also welcomes more collaborations between Kalimantan and Sarawak, especially in preserving the environment. Apart from Tengah, those who were also present during the meeting were Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Sabah and Sarawak Affairs, Datuk Seri Panglima Dr. Johnny T. Maximus Ongkili, and Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Economy, Datuk Seri Mustafa Muhammad. The Special Officer for Brunei Darussalam Indonesia Malaysia Philippines East ASEAN Growth Area or BIMPEAGA Tan Sri Pandika Amin Mulia and Sabah Deputy Chief Minister Datuk Dr. Joachim Gunsalam were also part of the delegates' ranks. Additionally, delegate members had the opportunity to officially attend a meeting with the Deputy Head of the Nusantara Capital City Authority, Doni Rahajo. Following that, Sarawak and Sabah are set to benefit from Indonesia's decision to shift its capital city from Jakarta to Kalimantan. Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Sabah and Sarawak Affairs, Datuk Seri Dr. Maximus Ongkili, said that the move is expected to result in economic and development spillovers that will trickle down to Sarawak and Sabah through border economy. This was revealed during a briefing by the Indonesian Chambers of Commerce or KADIN in Jakarta, which was also attended by Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Economy, Datuk Seri Mustafa Muhammad. Ongkili, who led a Malaysian delegation for a week-long official visit to Indonesia, highlighted that KADIN is already working on a few matters with the Malaysian government to boost bilateral and economic relations. He said there is a need to develop better infrastructure as well as the establishment of better security control, such as the setting up of the customs, immigration, quarantine and security complexes at all entry points along the Kalimantan, Sabah and Sarawak borders. He also added that Sarawak and Sabah must take advantage of the opportunities that will be made available in light of both states' proximity to Indonesia's new state capital. Describing the week-long visit as timely and strategic, Ongkili said the team aims to get first-hand information on the location of the new Indonesian capital and its likely impact on the border's economy. The Malaysian delegates are scheduled to meet up with top officials in Indonesia to discuss various matters, especially those related to bilateral relations, the economy, and other international issues. The team of delegates include Deputy Premier of Sarawak and State International Trade, Industry and Investment Minister Datuk Ahmad Awang Tengah Ali Hassan and Sabah Deputy Chief Minister and Industrial Development Minister Datuk Dr. Joachim Gunsalam. With the festive season fast approaching, the KELUARGA Malaysia sales program, which is slated to end by this month, will be extended. Minister of Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs, Datuk Seri Alexander Nantalinggi, said this to ease the people's burden during the festive period. Nanta said the ministry had previously sent a letter to the Prime Minister to extend the program due to the positive response.
Yang perlu kami buat adalah untuk memperhalusi supaya program ini lebih mudah lagi kita jalankan dan juga ia lebih menyeluruh. We need to fine tune lah. Tapi program ini kita boleh jalankan terus. Sebab sekarang ada banyak juga wakil-wakil rakyat, industry players, hypermarket dan sebagainya memang suka datang bersama untuk bersama dalam program ini. Itu pada mulanya kita tak ada sambutan begitu. Tapi mungkin memandangkan bagaimana program ini dapat membuatkan yang terbaik kepada rakyat dan juga membantu dalam mengurangkan beban kos yang meningkat ini.
The Keluarga Malaysia sales program, which was launched on 2nd December 2021, offers a variety of daily essential items at affordable prices, offering daily necessities at between 20 and 50% cheaper than retail prices. The program is targeted in areas with large populations from the B40 and M40 groups. The federal government, through the Ministry of International Trade and Consumer Affairs (KPDN-HEP), will be adding more goods to the list of items that falls under the Keluarga Malaysia Price Control Scheme, or SKHKM. This initiative is part of the federal government's effort in controlling the prices of goods to ease the burden of the people during the holy month of Ramadan. The price control scheme, he said, will be implemented before any festivities takes place at any given time of the year. However, with the extension of the Keluarga Malaysia sales program, the initiative is absorbed to be part of the recently extended program.
Jadi, menjelang perayaan, memang kita ada skim harga maksimum musim perayaan. Sekarang belum bermula. Kita sekarang masih dalam masa skim kawalan harga Keluarga Malaysia yang kita panjangkan daripada bulan Februari dulu, 5 bulan Februari hingga bulan Jun nanti ya. Yang itu kepada dua item yang tertentulah, iaitu ayam dan juga telur. Jadi masa bulan Ramadan kita akan tambah lagi nanti menjelang Aidilfitri barangan-barangan makanan yang seperti biasa yang perlu kita kawal harga maksimumnya.
Nanta spoke during an interview session with TVS on Sunday. He also disclosed that KPDN-HEP is currently monitoring the market and price trends whilst gathering responses from consumers. He also assured that consumers should not be worried about the supply of food materials during Ramadan.
Untuk memastikan bekalan mencukupi, kita sentiasa sepanjang masa, tak kira musim perayaan atau tidak. Memang ada jawatan kuasa, ada anggota penguatkuasa dan juga kita ada hampir 1,000 orang yang kita panggil PPH, Pegawai Pemantau Harga, membantu anggota penguatkuasa kita.
Small and medium enterprises, or SMEs, could be even more successful if they adopt digitalization in their businesses. Minister of International Trade and Consumer Affairs, Datuk Seri Alexander Nantalinggi, said they have to adapt to the current time in order to win more customers.
Kita juga perlu buat empowerment, khasakan kepada penjaja, peniaga kecil kita. Peniaga besar tak apa, mereka sudah ada program-program tersendiri ya. Tapi kita bantu di peringkat penjaja, penjual yang kecil-kecilan, sederhana ini. Sebab kalau mereka ini tidak bersama, tidak mengadaptasikan transaksi untuk jualan mereka menggunakan penerimaan bayaran, menggunakan cashless transaksi ini, menggunakan menerima bayaran secara e-wallet, mungkin mereka ini akan kehilangan peluang.
He added, the government has readied the Retail Sector Digitalization Initiative already as a means to support SME traders to migrate to a digital e-wallet system, adding that a total of 3,347 traders have adopted the READY program as of March 15. Nanta said the ministry targets a total of 15,000 traders nationwide to adopt the READY method by the end of 2025. Now, Petrajaya Member of Parliament Datuk Seri Fadilah Yusof is confident that Gabungan Parti Sarawak, or GPS, under the leadership of the Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg, has a strategy in place should the 15th general election were to be announced soon. However, he said the attention right now should be focused on the nation's recovery.
kita berhadapan dengan cabaran kesihatan sama ada COVID dan juga kedudukan hospital yang perlu ditambah baik. Dan banyak lagi dari segi vaksin, dari segi ubat yang perlu untuk kita menangani masalah COVID. Jadi masa ini apa patut kita fokuskan ialah kepada pemulihan ekonomi dan kewangan negara. Yang kedua ialah untuk menangani krisis kesihatan. Yang ketiga kita kena fokus bagaimana kita nak membantu rakyat. Tapi kalau berlaku pilihan raya, insya-Allah di Sarawak kita akan bersiap.
He stressed that the economic recovery is more important than the election, especially as the country is about to enter the transition to endemic phase on April 1st. Earlier, Fadilah was met by reporters after handing out the back-to-school assistance program in Putrajaya on Sunday. The Sarawak government are looking into the establishment of a body to administer water usage in Sarawak, tentatively known as the Sarawak Water Authority or SWA. This organization will manage and control the usage of water in the region.
Kementerian kita sedang di dalam proses meneliti penubuhan pihak berkuasa air negeri sebagai body korporat. Pada masa ini, pihak berkuasa air negeri adalah dalam bentuk pegawai lantikan in the person of Setiausaha Tetap Kementerian Utiliti dan Telekomunikasi. Dengan penubuhan body korporat ini nanti akan wujud satu organisasi yang sesuai dan berdedikasi untuk membantu eksekutif fungsi kawal selia dengan lebih berkesan dan cekap lagi.
The minister then added there are 4 organizations overlooking water supply in Sarawak practicing their own standard operating models. Hence, the idea of SWA is to unite these organizations under one roof to have a more standardized operating model.
Seperti yang tuan-tuan dan puan-puan sedia maklum, terdapat 4 operator air di Sarawak, iaitu Lembaga Air Sibu, Lembaga Air Kuching, Pelaku Manajemen Sdn Bhd dan Jabatan Bekalan Air Luar Bandar Sarawak, dengan masing-masing mempunyai model operasi tersendiri. So meaning that you are on your own operating your treatment plan day to day, based on your own standard of management. So oleh itu, kerana itulah penting untuk kita mempunyai bekalan air yang cekap dan berkesan untuk berkhidmat kepada rakyat kita di masa yang akan datang. Maka pihak kementerian sedang mempertimbangkan masa kini untuk membentuk satu entiti bekalan air untuk membawa bersama ke-4 operator ini sebagai satu entiti di masa yang akan datang.
Currently, SWA is on its planning phase. He hopes it can be materialized in the near future. Through its No Plastic Straw campaign, Kuching South City Council MBKS has significantly reduced its straw use in the past 2 years by about 1.1 million plastic straws. Its mayor, Datuk Wee Hong Seng, said it is part of the council's plan to reduce plastic consumption and align with the state government's goal to be sustainable. We said the initiative was launched 2 years ago before the implementation of the Movement Control Order.
Thousands of individuals working together to reduce plastic consumption and tackle the threat to our planet. Now we must continue the fight.
Adding that there are an estimated 30 million plastic straws disposed of every day in Malaysia. To this, MBKS is teaming up with the local environmental organization Naked Wonders to create awareness of environmental protection. He said this at the launch of Rethink Plastic, Making Climate Cool Again in conjunction with the Earth Hour at Saradise Feast on Saturday. In addition, the council is also developing ecotourism programs that could make Kuching cleaner and greener to be in line with the state government's aspiration to promote responsible tourism with sustainable development in Sarawak.
Dah benar-benar mau belajar lah. Ini silap susah sebenarnya.
Saksikan rancangan info majalah Hobi Kamik pada setiap hari Selasa jam 7.15 malam hanya di TVS saluran 122 Astro dan My TV.
Welcome back to the Nightline. Now, Health Minister Khairi Jamaluddin has quashed claims circulating online suggesting that the COVID-19 contact tracing app MySejahtera has been sold to a private company. In a Twitter post, Khairi said that the MySejahtera app is government's property with the Ministry of Health MOH appointed as its main owner. He also assured all Malaysians that the private data handled by the application is safe and uncompromised after the issue was raised by Port Dickson MP Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim on Saturday. He added that data transactions from the current MySejahtera app has over 10 modules as well as 38 million registered users who upload to the cloud server network daily and can only be accessed for the use of the MySejahtera app. Khairi said the government had also never made any payment to KPI Soft M Sendirian Berhad, the developer of the application, during its use period from March 27, 2020 to March 31, 2021. He also said that the company had offered the use of the app to the government for a period of 1 year without any payment as part of its corporate social responsibility CSR principles. Earlier, rumors that the MySejahtera app has been sold to private companies have created public fears. Right, Malaysia will be hosting its first international event since the pandemic hit globally in 2020. The event, Defence Services Asia, DSA and National Security NATSEC exhibition will take place from March 28 to March 31st. According to the Senior Minister of Defence, Datuk Seri Hishamuddin Tun Hussein, the event will signify Malaysia's readiness in hosting more meetings, incentives, conferences and exhibitions or MICE events in the near future.
Basically, we are moving forward and looking ahead. This is timely because we are announcing the opening of our borders on the 1st of April. And after 4 years, we are hopefully able to successfully host these two exhibitions. Is a signal to everyone that Malaysia is open for business.
Hishamuddin spoke during a walkabout inspection on the preparation of the DSA NATSEC exhibition held at the Malaysia International Trade and Exhibition Centre, MITEC. The exhibition is expected to attract more than 25,000 visitors from 50 countries and regions, including 4,800 experts, exhibitors, representatives, government officials, industry captains and foreign journalists. The national defences and border security should not only be handled by one ministry. This was the statement by the Minister of Home Affairs, Datuk Seri Hamzah Zainuddin, who announced that security and defences-related matter shall now be shouldered by both the Ministry of Defence, MINDEF, and the Ministry of Home Affairs, KDN.
Jadi bila kita nak mempertahankan border kita yang begitu porous, we need everyone to be together. Jadi sebab itu we will come up with a very comprehensive master plan untuk sempadan kita.
Meanwhile, Senior Minister of Defence Datuk Seri Hishamuddin Tun Hussein stated that matters that are discussed between the two ministries will be brought to the National Security Council, which is chaired by Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob.
Dan melibatkan all the intelligence agencies, melibatkan PAT dan Tan Sri IGP, dan itu merupakan perkara yang tak boleh kita umum, tetapi percayalah gandengan dan gabungan yang disebut oleh Datuk Seri Hamzah tadi akhirnya akan dilaporkan dan diputuskan hala tujunya oleh pihak yang tertinggi dalam negara kita.
Both Hamzah and Hishamuddin spoke during a press conference after inspecting the preparation works for the upcoming Defence Service Asia DSA and National Security NATSEC Exhibition 2022 on Sunday. He also made sure the public understands that KDN consists of not only the police forces, but the Immigration Department as well as the National Registration Department, apart from others awaiting for their assets to be upgraded. The current Sabah government is now known as the Gabungan Rakyat Sabah or GRS Barisan Nasional BN Administration. Sabah Chief Minister Datuk Hajiji Noor said the name will be used with immediate effect. Hajiji said he agreed with a recent proposal by Sabah BN Chairman Datuk Seri Bung Mokhtar Radin that the state government be known as the GRS BN Administration, as it was formed following the victorious cooperation of the two coalitions in the 16th Sabah state election in September 2020. Noting that while BN is a separate coalition and not in GRS, the current Sabah government comprises members from both coalitions. GRS, which was registered as a formal coalition earlier this month, comprises Parti Pribumi Bersatu Malaysia, Parti Bersatu Sabah PBS, Sabah Star, and Sabah Progressive Party SAPP. Earlier, Bung Mokhtar requested that the state government be renamed as the GRS-BN government, as he deemed it as not fair not to mention BN, which formed part of the government. The Malaysian Medical Association, or MMA, urges the unvaccinated, especially senior citizens and those with comorbidities, to not gamble with their lives and get vaccinated for maximum protection against COVID-19. MMA President Dr. Koh Kar Chai said that while symptoms of COVID-19 with the Omicron variant are mostly mild, it is not always the case. What more if a person's natural immune system is weak? Dr. Koh also reminded senior citizens and those with comorbidities to not delay any further and consult their family doctor if they have any uncertainties. He said the move by Protect Health to provide home vaccination services to the seniors who are unable to travel to vaccination centers is much appreciated, but it may be too late for many to avail of this service at such short notice. He further noted that evidence has shown that those vaccinated with 2 doses of the Sinovac vaccine would require a booster dose to ensure adequate levels of immunity, particularly those who are elderly as well as those with comorbidities.
Dan kadang-kadang kami nanya orang yang dah berumur pun, si tahu je apa pokok puding ya. Nah, ditunjuk baik gambar si pun anangga.
Perkataan ajat dalam bahasa Iban membawa makna tarian lah sebenarnya.
Nak bergaya dan versatile? Jangan lupa saksikan Fashion of the Day #FOTD setiap hari Khamis jam 11.15 pagi hanya di TVS saluran 122 Astro dan My Freeview.
Welcome back. Now on to some global update. China's authorities on Sunday have confirmed that they have recovered the second black box of the China Eastern Airlines' plane that crashed on Monday. The second black box was found 1.5 meters below the ground surface, about 40 meters off the main crash point at around 9:20 a.m. on Sunday. The black box was sent to Beijing for decoding on Sunday afternoon. The Boeing 737 aircraft, which departed from Kunming and was bound for Guangzhou, crashed into a mountainous area in Guangxi at around 2:38 p.m. local time on Monday. The first black box of the plane, believed to be the cockpit voice recorder, was recovered on Wednesday. The data downloading and analysis work of their first black box is underway. Earlier, the Civil Aviation Administration of China announced on Saturday that all 132 people on board the MU-5735 flight have been confirmed dead. It said the identity of all the victims have been determined by DNA identification. Wrapping up the Nightline, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky demands Western countries to provide more security support in the form of military hardware. During the telecast, he was visibly irritated and called his allies out, questioning them whether they are afraid of the Russian forces.
Для всіх європейців, яка ціна цієї безпеки? Це дуже конкретно. Це літаки для України, це танки для нашої держави, це протиракетна оборона, це протикорабельна зброя. Це те, що є у наших партнерів, що у них просто припадає пилом. Зрештою, це все для свободи не тільки України, для свободи Європи.
Several countries have promised to send anti-armor and anti-aircraft missiles as well as small arms, which was not per the request of the Ukrainian president as he needed tanks, planes and anti-ship systems. Zelensky had also alluded to the idea that Russia will seek to expand further into Europe if Ukraine falls.
Всіх на континенті не може бути прийнятним, якщо під ризиком зіткнення з російськими загарбниками опиниться держави Балтії, Польща, Словаччина, увесь схід Європи. Опиняться тільки тому, що літаки залишать десь у себе в ангарах всього лише 1% від усіх літаків НАТО. І 1% усіх танків НАТО. 1%. Ми не просили більше. І не просимо більше. А чекаємо вже 31 день. Тож, хто керує євроатлантичною спільнотою? Невже досі Москва через залякування? Партнерам потрібно активізувати допомогу.
Earlier this month, Washington rejected a surprise offer by Poland to transfer fighter jets to a U.S. base in Germany to be used as a replenishment by Ukraine's air forces. And that's all the time we have for tonight's TVS Nightline. For more news 24/7, follow our social media on TVSTVMY on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Once again, I'm Muhammad Yusuf. Good night and stay safe.